Napoleon Bonaparte, one of history's most controversial figures. Born on the small island of Corsica, he rose to become Emperor of France, reshaping the map of Europe. His ambition, military genius, and vision for a unified Europe left a lasting impact on history. But who was Napoleon Bonaparte? How did he rise to such unprecedented power? And what led to his ultimate downfall? Napoleon was born on August 15, 1769, in Ajaccio, Corsica. His family was minor nobility, but they were not wealthy. From a young age, Napoleon showed promise, excelling in his studies and gaining admission to military school in France. His rise began during the French Revolution when he quickly rose through the military ranks, earning a reputation as a brilliant strategist. In 1796, at just 26, he was appointed commander of the French army in Italy. His campaigns there were swift and decisive, defeating much larger Austrian forces and forcing a peace settlement that greatly favored France. By 1799, the French Republic was in turmoil, both politically and militarily. Napoleon, a national hero, seized the moment. In a daring coup, he overthrew the weak government and established himself as the first consul of France, essentially becoming the country's dictator. The people of France, weary of the chaos of the revolution, welcomed the stability Napoleon brought. Over the next few years, he would reform the country's legal system with the Napoleonic Code, stabilize the economy, and bring order to a country that had been divided for nearly a decade. In 1804, Napoleon took his most audacious step yet. He crowned himself Emperor of France in a grand ceremony at Notre Dame Cathedral. This act, witnessed by Pope Pius VII, was a clear signal that Napoleon intended to rule Europe on his terms. As emperor, Napoleon began a series of military campaigns across Europe, famously known as the Napoleonic Wars. These wars would bring him to the height of his power, but they would also sow the seeds of his eventual fall. Napoleon's ambition knew no bounds. Between 1803 and 1815, he led France in a series of military campaigns that would forever change Europe. From the stunning victory at Austerlitz in 1805 to the disastrous invasion of Russia in 1812, Napoleon's military genius was on full display. At the Battle of Austerlitz, Napoleon's army, though outnumbered, delivered a crushing blow to the combined forces of Austria and Russia. This victory solidified his control over much of Europe. However, not all campaigns ended in glory. His invasion of Russia in 1812 would become one of the greatest military disasters in history. Faced with a harsh winter and stretched supply lines, Napoleon's Grand Army, once nearly 600,000 strong, was decimated. After his disastrous Russian campaign, Napoleon's enemies sensed weakness. In 1814, a coalition of European powers defeated Napoleon, and he was exiled to the island of Elba. But Napoleon was not done. In March 1815, he escaped Elba and returned to France, rallying the country for one final campaign, the 100 Days. His last stand came at the Battle of Waterloo in June 1815, where the combined forces of Britain and Prussia decisively defeated him. Napoleon was captured and exiled again, this time to the remote island of St. Helena, where he would live out the rest of his life. Napoleon died in 1821 on the island of St. Helena, but his legacy endured. His military campaigns reshaped Europe, spreading ideas of nationalism and legal reform through the Napoleonic Code. His impact extended beyond Europe, influencing legal systems worldwide and inspiring movements for national unity. Though he was ultimately defeated, Napoleon's vision for a united, modern Europe has echoes in today's European Union. His complex legacy, one of a tyrant to some and a visionary leader to others, continues to spark debate to this day. Napoleon Bonaparte, conqueror, reformer, and visionary. His life was one of unparalleled ambition and achievement. While he ultimately fell from power, his influence on Europe and the world remains undeniable. The emperor who changed Europe's fate will forever be remembered as one of history's most powerful figures. Don't forget to subscribe to Famous Figures for more captivating stories about history's greatest figures. Stay tuned for more in-depth explorations of the people who shaped our world.